coming into the courtyard, mother discovering the
Well,
pessimism.
yes.
You talk
You
about
asked me about the sense of
pessimism,
guilt.
yes.
Well, sense of guilt is always there throughout the film in bits, but then it is most pronounced in a sequence a little before the end, when all the members of the family were more or less convinced that the girl is totally lost, and that is the time when they are inside the room, and when they couldn't face the reality for the simple reason that the reality is so outrageous. That was one reason why they had to run away from the reality. But now they stand face to face, the people, the members of the family. And you remember the sequence when, this is what I'm talking about, when the mother and the daughter have a very serious fight between the two. And finally, it is the father who has to take all the blame for bringing the family down to this stage. You know, this never occurred to any one of them before. Maybe it happened to them before as well. But this is also one sequence when they have it, one accusing the other, because all of them have been suffering from tremendous sense of guilt. And then finally the father had to come out. As he comes out, I remember to have told him that as you come out, you feel that you are coming out of a morgue with dead bodies strewn on the floor. And he stands there outside in the courtyard, and there is a distant sound of a fire brigade going away. That's it. And allow me to go a little beyond your question. Towards the end, you know, when the girl came back, the girl was left in the middle of the road, all alone, middle of the courtyard, all alone. And the mother rushed away, took shelter into her small shell. For fear of public censure, for fear of the people, the other tenants, they were looking into her, the girl, who was standing in the middle of the courtyard. And 2 hours later, the same mother, when the day breaks, and the people also come out into the open, she comes out, and a plane goes by. She looks up, and undaunted, she stands there, and then quietly lights the oven, and another day starts. Many of my friends told me, how is it that you end the film with such despair? But I find that behind this apparent look of despair, there is an interior strength which keeps people going, which keeps us moving forward, which makes us dream, feel like dreaming for the future. And this is what happens in spite of the political confusions all around. This is perhaps the only hope for survival at times. And this is exactly what happened to the mother. The mother comes out today, this morning after 2 hours, and she knows for sure that nobody will dare come to her and ask her what happened to the girl, how did she spend her night. And even if anybody asks, she knows how to answer back. And that is one step forward. And that is how the values start changing. This is very important to me, important to you, important to the whole society. So that way, the film, to my mind, acts politically, socially, and otherwise.
You know, in Courage, you almost had a similar kind of a guilt, but this time the death of a servant boy, and how it is handled by a middle-class couple.
Yes. Well, it was, here again, it is not the death of a boy which is the main focus of the film. I was not interested in the child labor which is rampant in India. I was not interested in doing a sort of autopsy of the death of the child. When the child was taken away, boy servant was taken to the morgue to do the post-mortem, we were engaged in doing a post-mortem of the society to which I essentially belong. And this is what I did. And the wife and the husband, the employers, they were not known to each other as much as they are now. They